Day more than 150 years ago, 3 nuns traveled from Ohio to establish a hospital. Today, a ceremony was held so residents could share their memories of that hospital and learn more about Quincy history. WGEM's Shakayla McCamick reports.
Members of the community have gathered here on the original ground of St. Mary Hospital to pay respect and honor for what many refer to as the stepping stone for healthcare in Quincy. St. Mary Hospital was established May 19, 1866. As the Civil War was ending, infirmaries in Quincy were closing. Former St. Mary Hospital nurse Sharon Sandage says Sister Eusebia, Sister Anna, and Sister Elizabeth traveled from Ohio to establish a place where residents could seek care after the war.
3 nuns stepped off of a riverboat after a 3-day travel from Cincinnati and walked into this community, and that's how the whole story began.
Like so many others attending today's commemoration ceremony, Sandage started her nursing career at St. Mary Hospital.
And I worked for St. Mary Hospital for 25 years, and then after Blessing purchased the hospital, then I worked 20 more years at Blessing.
Mayor Mike Trope says the medical industry is Quincy's largest industry.
St. Mary's was a major part in the history of developing medical care, hospital care in this community.
Sharing the history of a place that helped pave the way for healthcare institutions like Blessing Health and Quincy Medical Group is exactly why a commencement ceremony celebrating this anniversary is important, says Linda Berry.
So many of the younger people drive down Broadway and they see this green field and have no idea what was once there. And 127 years of history with St. Mary Hospital.
Officials say those 3 nuns from the Sisters of the Poor of St. Francis congregation moved into the hearts of a growing community. Today, residents form a heart in solidarity of the sacrifice and change St. Mary Hospital has represented for Quincy for years. Reporting in Quincy, Shakayla McCamick, WGEM News.
And officials continue to honor the establishment of St. Mary Hospital throughout the year. You can find details on how you can get involved on our website, WGEM.com.